Do that. So let's begin. We're going to begin with energy and the bell. Come to your feet. Find these feet. How do the feet feel today? Maybe you've got your socks on, maybe you've got your bare feet already. Bare feet's better if you can, if you can stand it, or let it start off and then take the socks off as you warm up. We're going to bring the sides of the feet together for our energizer. So you inhale, lift the arms up, interlink the fingers, stretch up, but also press together and lift the heels high off the ground. So we're really pushing off those toes. You can see that extension in the front of the ankle there, and also extension in the front of the body, the lift of the ribs, the lift. Oh, I'm coming off balance now. And then exhaling through the nostrils, slowly bringing the arms down, bringing the heels down slowly too. Keep the breath in and out through the nostrils if you can. Inhale. Invigorate. Hold that energy. Let it build within you. Holding the breath in. Extending all the time, pressing together, and then breathe out and soften. Let everything be super soft, floaty, bringing the heels down slowly. Just find that beautiful contrast between the two. See how strong and vital, and see how soft and fluffy. Inhale. Last one here, extending upwards and squeezing together. Lift the heels high, really like stretching the feet, as if you want to stretch the feet. And then breathe out. See if you can release the air slowly through the nostrils rather than one big whoosh. Slowly bringing the heels down, slowly bringing the hands down. Good. Take the feet apart a little bit. Lift the shoulders up, breathe in. Out through the mouth. Drop the shoulders. And again, breathing in. Out through the mouth. And then take the feet even further apart. And we're just going to come into these twists, bending into the knees. Turning and loosening and liberating. Breathe, bend into the knees. Keep that softness. So the pelvis is kind of dropping down, but the body is staying stable. We're keeping that stability between the top and the bottom of the body, the crown and the root. Let the arms swing heavily. So let the shoulders keep dropping. So your long neck can grow up out of your body. Breathing freely, yeah. And then we're going to give the back a little bit of attention. So pummel that back. Yeah. See if you can find those areas that need the extra bit of energy. And then we're going to take the knuckles either side. Get those the real pointy bit of the knuckle into that groove either side of the spine. Even kind of, if you want to get a bit more, just try it. You don't have to. See how you like it. If you just lean forward slightly, just gives you a bit more access into that area. And you're just going to rub those grooves, those knuckles up and down. Oh yeah, just feel that energy there. Put your hands to the fronts of the hips. Let your sound out. Bring the fingers to the chest. Let your sound out. Breathe in through the nostrils. Sound out through the mouth. Let's see if it lifts a smile. Yeah, good. Put the palms together. And then just shake them out. Just shake the legs out a little bit as well. Just give the legs a little shake. Maybe kick into the front, little kicks to the front. That's alternating. And a little kick to the side. Just checking behind you. You're ready to come forwards. And just kick behind as well. So you're just pushing your heel out. Just energizing the legs slightly. Bring a bit of energy into the legs by giving them a bit of shaking. And then we're going to come into a little cross crawl, lifting the left knee, meeting it with the right hand. Just getting the energy flowing and moving. Meeting, so we're doing these opposite movements, cross crawling. So you're lifting your left knee, you meet it with the right hand. Breathing in and out through the nostrils to keep that breath. Maintain the energy, keep the breath in the nostrils most of the time during the practice. And then extending the leg, meeting the toe, breathing in and out through the nostrils. Keeping that chest nice and open. So the front of the chest, shoulder to shoulder. It's nice and open. Head is lifted. Let me take the leg out to the side and the other arm going over the head. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. Keep that chest lifted. Keep that spaciousness in the front of the body. And I've got to think about it because I've stopped. Here we go, yeah. As soon as you stop thinking and let the body go, let the body do what it knows. Body wisdom. Now we give the body a bit more of, a bit more, let the body be in charge a little bit more. Give the body a bit more autonomy. Okay, now we're going to just whoosh that out with a half breath. So just checking the feet, let's lift the toes, get some energy into the feet and place them down. Lift the heels high and place them down. Now inhale strongly, look up through the nostrils and then out through the mouth. Knees bend, arms swing heavily. And again, breathing in. Arms swing heavily. So really empty everything out on that half. Inhale, inspiration, then out through the mouth. Let's do one more of these. Okay, let's the arms swing a little bit. Get a bit of momentum. Inhale. One more. Hands in front and behind. Okay. I still think we need a little bit more on the shoulders. This area definitely needs a little bit of attention. So we're going to come into these shoulder circles. Beautiful for energizing the shoulder, releasing blockages. So left foot in front, left hand on the left hip there. See both knees are nice and soft. And they're kind of, the feet just comfortable distance apart there. Not a massive big stride. Just so you're comfortable and so you can just, as you let this right arm swing heavily, just by using its weight and using a bit of momentum in the body. So we're not swinging the arm, we're moving the body. So you can see I'm coming into the left foot, shifting the weight. So it really helps the arm be free. So just keep that movement, weight going forwards and backwards. And then just let the arm go. We're going to go backwards. So just check you've got a circle to move in. Good. And now we're going to get the momentum and go backwards and let the arm swing. The rest of the body is just at ease. Notice I'm still taking that weight forward and backwards into the foot to help that momentum stay. And I'm breathing all the time. And then let it swing again. I still got that momentum going forwards and back. Even my feet start lifting off the ground slightly. And now we're going to go forwards. So again, just using that body momentum and the stability on the ground. Oh yeah, see how that feels? Just see how the difference, notice the difference. It's all about observation. Right foot forward, left foot back, right hand on right hip. Just letting this left arm swing. So just dropping it, dropping the shoulder. Taking the weight forwards and backwards. So moving the body, shifting the weight to help that arm move freely. Just checking that space. Good. I'm going to go backwards first of all. So you see, I'm really just using the body and letting the arm be completely free. The shoulder is free. Breathing in and out through the nostrils. This is a great way to instantly energize and to release tension. So we're going to go back forwards now. Same thing. Moving the body so the arm can be free and the shoulder ultimately can be free. When we free up the shoulder, you know, so much more of the body is freed up. So we're going to come into some standing postures now. Now we're really warmed up, hopefully. Feet hips width apart, just track your feet, look at them, get them really hips width apart. Think about the hip. It's not wide here, it's the hip joint. Good. Parallel with the feet. Inhale, exhale. Just find your steadiness now. Right on the left foot. We're going to step back with the right for warrior two, Virabhadrasana 2. So a big step back. Big step. I'm going to come in and out of this one just to get the body a bit more energized. So facing the long edge of the mat, breathing in, lift the arms, lift and lengthen through the waist. Exhale, bring the arms to shoulder height. Inhale, lift the chest, drop the shoulders down. We're going to exhale, bending into that left knee, watching down that left arm. Inhale, coming up. We're going to come in and out. So you can move into this gradually if you want to. Don't forget, as that left knee comes forwards, really press into that back foot. So things to keep your mind occupied will be extending, keeping the extension between the fingers, keeping the body upright. So really engaged here. And also keeping the knee in line with the toes. And overall, really the weight even between the feet. So see if you can feel where the weight is. Where is it? As you take that knee forward, is it going into that left foot? Or are you maintaining that anchor? So it's a really good thing to get a little bit more connected and a bit more awareness in the body. One more breath in, breathing out, sink into this posture. Let's just hold this. So lifting the chest, looking down that left arm, dropping the shoulders down so you have a lovely long neck. Breathe. Come up on the inhale, lower the arms on the exhale. Bend into that right knee a lot so that you can bring yourself smoothly back to the front of the mat. Weight on the right foot, step back with the left. Find your feet, square the hips. Inhale, lift the arms. Exhale, bring the arms to shoulder height. Inhale, expand across the chest. Exhaling, bending into that right knee. Inhaling, coming up. So use that inhale to lift. Imagine the lift is coming from the chest. It's lifting from the chest. As you exhale, think about the groin or the base or the root going down to the floor rather than the knee going forward. The knee just happens to be going forwards and you're counteracting that by pushing into that back foot. So keeping stability and the openness. Keep your mind focused on the evenness of weight distribution between both feet as you move that right knee forwards and backwards. Keep that openness in the hips, so the knee is really, imagine just really taking that knee out all the time. Out, by that I mean to the right, so you're not letting it collapse in, but really opening the outside and the inside of that thigh and into the hip. This time breathe in, breathe out and sink into that posture a little deeper. Rather than coming forwards when that knee comes forwards, keep that anchor, not just the left foot, but that left arm. So imagine just being pulled back slightly, so you're really held in the center. Shoulders down, neck long. Draw your pelvic floor up to keep that stability. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower arms down. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Okay. Give the legs a little shake. Let's have a little shake up. So feet just firmly on the ground, but we can shake everything up. So stable, but we're shaking. And the hips. So hips shake, and the shoulders, and the arms. There's jelly. Okay, so stirring up the jelly, getting it all mixed up again. Let's come into the side flank stretch. So we bring the weight onto the left foot. Again, it's another big step. It's a big warrior step back with the right. You can make that, shuffle that back a little bit if you need to. Get the hips level, facing the long edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the arms. So it comes into warrior 2 to begin, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, and then as we come into that, then once we're there, anchor that back foot, because you'll need that weight. Just take the forearm of the left arm onto the thigh without leaning and flopping, keeping the body open. And then the right fingertips come down to the ground in an arc. So you get this lovely arc and they reach up. So notice this line you've got from the fingertips here, the right hand, to the right foot, this long line. If you want, if you have the flexibility, you can come to the floor, still keeping this long line. But here is good. So it's really focusing on the long line. Now we're going to come out, you bend into the knee, let the arm drop to the floor, use the inhale to lift up, and the exhale, lower the arms down. Bend into the right knee, Bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Lots of lengthening here. Weight on the right foot, step back with the left. Find your feet, even the weight, square the hips. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, bring the arms down to shoulder height. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, coming into that warrior two. So as the right knee goes forward, anchor the left foot. Now just let that right forearm drop down to the thigh without leaning and keeping that openness. So the left shoulder is pointing towards the ceiling. Dropping the left hand in front of you. Inhale, come up into this lovely long line. Again, you can come and bring that right hand to the ground if you wish to. But make that choice. But the most important thing is this line here. So you're pushing into the ground with this left foot and extending diagonally with this left hand. Look up at the ceiling on the inside of that arm to make sure that it's not flopping forwards. The shoulder needs to be above the body. Come out of this, bend into that right knee first of all, and then lower the hand down. Inhale, lift the arms up. Exhale, lower the arms down. Bend into the left knee and bring yourself back to the front of the mat. Let's come into a ragdoll. Just a counter pose and bring some equilibrium back into the spine. So we just bend the knees and feel the weight of the head. So the chin's coming to the chest, the hands are sliding down the fronts of the legs. Really let that all go. Feel the weight hanging. Feel the head is pouring into the ground. And let everything just fall to the earth. Legs are strong. They are keeping you stable. And the rest of you is hanging. From the hips, everything is hanging. And take a moment, take a chance to release. Breathing in through the nostrils and out through the mouth. Let it go. Feel the weight of the head pulling you down to the ground. Just turning the head a little bit just to loosen the neck, free it up. Slowly lifting the base of the spine, leaving the arms hanging. We're slowly rising up, breathing in and out. Knees stay bent until the last moment, so the hips come forward, the belly, the chest, lifting. And rolling the shoulders back a few times just to feel this lovely evened out body. Yeah. Okay. Come into a balance now. So we're going to come into dancer. So we need to really, if you know you need something to have a security, you can use a wall or a chair or some furniture. So we're going to bring the weight onto the left foot, stand tall up through that left leg, really feeling that length, and take the right foot in the right hand. I prefer the inside grip, but you might prefer the outside. Inside grip, thumb going backwards. Keeping those knees level, so try to make sure that we're already in some kind of alignment. Connect the thumb and the first finger of the left hand. Inhale, extend that left hand up to the ceiling. And feel that lift in the chest, extension in the body before you come forward. So you've already got that extension. So the whole body and that arm is coming forwards. You're looking forwards to the future. And then you take that heel away from the buttock, the toe is going to the ceiling here, this right foot, and the fingers, the left hand are going forwards, and the chest is opening. Right shoulder is down away from the right ear. And you're pressing into the ground with that left foot without gripping. Imagine those roots going down. Breathe and use the inhale to come up. The exhale to first of all lower that left arm down, and then finally let go of the right leg. Good. Give everything a little shake. Arms and legs, shake them up. Okay, other side. Bring the weight onto the right foot. So really take some time to send that weight in. When I'm just sending the weight into that right foot and I bend the knee, and then I start to stand up straight and lift from the chest here. So you get that feeling of really grounding. Take hold of that left foot. You know, hold on to a wall if you need to, but try not to lean onto it. Inside grip or outside grip. Connect the thumb and the first finger. This mudra. Inhale, lift the arms up, the right arm up. Exhale, lead with the chest. The arm is just staying and reaching forwards as well, But feel that chest is not just going forwards, it's flying upwards. This is where the vision is going, the drishti. We're going towards. We're also, we're also stable. So that left heel is coming away from the buttock, the left toe is reaching up to the ceiling. So keep that extension, breathe deeply. Pressing into the ground with the right foot. Coming out of this, inhale, lifting the arm, coming back to this halfway point, dropping that hand on that exhale, and then finally dropping that left foot. And we'll shake everything up again. Give everything a shake. Okay. Come back to the front of the mat. I'm going to come into another warrior 1 this time. We're going to go stepping back into it. So it's a big step. You can always do it in 2 stages. Put the weight on the left foot, take a big step back with the right foot. Big step. And you can always shuffle that back a little bit. Now get the hips facing forward. So the right hip wants to come forwards, the left hip coming back. You can even put your hands on your pelvis there. Point the tail down. So you've got this nice, again, it's very, it's not easy, this one. And you might find also when you're doing this, you'll come off balance, widen the stance if that happens to you. Inhale, lift the arms up. Let's bring the hands together today. So the hands are going upwards and they're trying to go slightly backwards in a way. But we're extending through those arms and exhaling, bending into that left knee. As the left knee goes forwards and hovers above the ankle, we're pressing into that right heel. So you see that difference in my leg? It's lengthening and engaging more. Look up at the hands above the head. We'll look forward. So you can make that choice by trying it out. All the time thinking about the position of the pelvis. The right hip going forwards, left hip coming back. Breathe. Come up on the inhale, lower the arms on the exhale, and we're just going to step forwards. Give the legs a little shake, just to free them up, and even shake them freely. And then bring the weight onto the right foot and step back with the left. Big step, or 2 steps. It's not so easy stepping backwards. So again, let's get those hips both facing the front. Right hip back, left hip forwards. So lengthening that right leg and using the left buttock. Inhale, lift the arms up, bring the hands together, above the head. Lift the chest, lengthen the front of the body. Exhale, bending into that right knee. Look up at the hands above your head or look forwards. Breathe. Feel the position of your pelvis, pushing back into that left heel, lengthening through that right thigh. Imagine that right hip pulling back, lengthening there. So the thighs, both of them are very engaged here in different ways. Good. Use the inhale to come up, the exhale, lower the arms down, and stepping forwards to the front of the mat. I'm going to come into a squat now, just to release the back and the hips, done a bit of work. Have the feet fairly wide. Sometimes people find the squat difficult, and it's just a matter of positioning their feet differently, and all of a sudden it's a lot easier. So really play around with that. If your heels are off the ground, put something underneath them, and then just let the backs of the hands rest on the ground. Let the arms rest between the knees. So try and get your body between your thighs if you can, and then just let your head hang. So this is really releasing the back. Inhale through the nostrils, exhale through the mouth. Inhale, exhale. And lifting up the head. And we're going to come into a ragdoll. So knees are bent, body hanging forwards. Let's take a couple of breaths here, in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. And again, in through the nostrils, out through the mouth. Little moment of release. And lifting up from the base of the spine, rolling up through the spine. Keep the knees bent, so keep that Strengthen the legs as you roll up, roll up, roll up until the head is lifted like a helium balloon into the skies. So let's just take a moment here. Find our breath, find our movement in our body. Breathing in and find our appreciation for this moment. Exhale, pointing down the fingers to the ground, looking at the ground. And then as the hands come out to the side, really extend the fingers out, really as big a circle as you can make it. And look and watch and see the hands meet above the head and breathing out. So breathing out is all the way down, pointing to the ground. Then the in-breath comes up, we're lifting it up from the earth. Hands come together and then we breathe out. So the circle we draw around ourselves, this is all inhale, inhale, inhale. Inspiration. And then the exhale. So even though it's a circle on a straight line, you could also think of it as a spiral. So it's just spiraling in on itself. And as we do this, we are also bringing into our attention everything that is in this moment, everything that we're appreciating. Appreciation doesn't mean to say you love something, you like something, it just be appreciating something. Just everyday, ordinary things, ordinary everyday things can actually, when we look at them and pay attention to them, be quite extraordinary. Just thinking about the sky, that's an ordinary thing. It might not be, how we might want it to be, a beautiful big blue sky with no clouds. It could be grey and misty, it could be dark and stormy. There's still beauty, magnificence in that. To be appreciated. So we're appreciating everything that is. And we'll do one more here. Maybe just to finish off, just really feeling a sense of gratitude as we lift up and as we bring the hands to the heart center, just letting them rest there in the heart center, lifting the chest towards the hands, dropping the shoulders down, feeling that length. So the crown is going up, the soles of the feet or the roots are going down, heart is open. Close your eyes for a second. How does the heart feel today? How does your heart feel today in this moment? Really just have a moment of inquiry, be interested and curious in your own experience of having a heart and having a heart space. Good. And dropping the hands down, opening the eyes, maybe a fresh new vision of everything. I'm going to come into another balance now. So this is again, hopefully that's found a little bit of balance, feeling your center within you. So we're going to come into this heron balance. Bring the weight onto the left foot. So this right foot's on the ground, but it's no weight in it. Now as you inhale, you lift the arms up, you lift that right knee, bring the hands together. And as you lower down, it's exhaling. And see if you can do this really slowly, smoothly and steadily. Shift the weight, the right foot sits down and the left knee lifts high. So the hands are extending upwards and that knee is really trying to get as high as it can before you exhale and lower it down. So inhaling, so we have that shift of weight, lift the knee high. Also as that right knee is going up, push into the ground with that left foot. And coming down. So this is what really does change that balance. Those kind of counter balances. Everything becomes a lot easier. Try it out and you will find that could make a real difference. If you want to, we can do this extended version. So lifting the leg, you can stay with what we're doing, or as your arms come down, we add an extra bit in. So we push that heel out, we lift and lift the knee again, and we exhale. Still using that counterbalance. Lifting, so you're pushing that right foot into the ground, you're lifting the knee high, and then we're pushing that left foot out as the hands come down. We're lifting the knee up and pushing into the ground with the right foot and lowering down. Let's do one more of these either side, or you might find you'll do two more if you're doing the regular version. Really emphasize your breath. Really focus your eyes, focus your attention. Try and keep this everything smooth and steady. You may be going, faster than I am. That's okay. As long as it's a steady movement, we're really keeping that evenness and that control and that balance. Good. As that left foot lands, just going to let everything, shake everything up a little bit. Yeah. And then to loosen again, take the feet wide to the shoulders, knees are bent, and we're just going to turn on our center and feel, feel that freedom of the arms as they're just swinging and moving through space effortlessly. Yeah, it's just using the center and turning on our center has all that power to move the arms in space. Yeah, slowly come to a stop. So we're going to come into our little half sun salutes now, moving and breathing. So inhaling, lifting the arms up, hands come together, look up, hands come down, knees bend, fingertips touch the ground. We're looking at the ground. Now we just look up to the ceiling and the hands automatically come to the knees. But the arms are straight, the back is straight and the legs are straight. And we're lifting and opening the chest. Exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees a lot. Inhale, look to the sky, lift with the hands, inhale, exhale. Inhale, exhale, touch the ground. Inhale, look forwards, exhale, forward bend. Bend the knees, look with your eyes to the ceiling, lift the hands to the ceiling, inhale, exhale. So we're just doing this lovely swooping movements, knees bend, fingertips touch the ground, inhale. Let the breath lead you. Exhale, bend the knees, inhale. Let this be really breath-led. So see what happens when you let the breath be in charge. Inhale. The breath is moving the body. So we're releasing and softening to the ground, knees bent. Inhale, more engagement. Exhale, forward bend, softening, melting, bend the knees. Inspiration, lift, power. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale, softening. Following the breath right to the end, emptying it out, and then inhaling, exhaling, and the knees, inhale, exhale, empty that, all the breath out so you have a vital new inhale, exhale, breathing in and out through the nostrils, don't forget, inhale, exhale, make your breath audible, make it an ujjayi breath. Ocean breath, inhale, exhale. So a slight constriction on the throat to make that sound and to slow down the flow of the breath. Knees bend, fingertips touch the ground, inhale. Heart flies upwards, exhale. Bend the knees, inhale. Exhale, let's do one more. So really feeling the flow of energy, inhale, exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Bend the knees. Last time up. Inhale. Flying up and exhale. Arms coming down. Okay. We're going to come into another balance. Yeah. This time we're going to do the tree. It's a lovely one to compose ourselves to bring this all together. So let's just take a moment to stand in Tadasana. It's a lovely way to come into tree is to first of all stabilize. So we find our mountain and our mountain's going to become a tree. Maybe we'll be a tree on the mountain. So first of all, check the feet. We're going to do this really mindfully. So lift the toes, give them a little wiggle, lift them off the ground, then place them down. Lift the heels off the ground and then place them down. Really feeling the ground. Really feel the ground with your toes so you get that connection. Good. Now soften the knees. So just bounce the knees just to get that sense of softness in them. And then make sure you're not locking them. Soften. Then from these nice soft knees, we think about the knees lifting actually and the thighs strengthening. But the better way to do that is to think about this pelvic bowl. So you're just pointing the tail down and engaging the abdominals to lift, and you'll find the thighs will instantly engage. And then from here, we lift, we create the space here from this belly button to the sternum, lengthening, lifting the sternum, dropping the shoulders down behind. This will feel strong, you know, if you're used to this, this is going to feel like that. But just trust the openness. It might feel a little bit, you know, provocative. It might feel a bit, oh, I'm exposed. But just try it out now. Feet are sinking into the ground. Back of the neck is long, chin slightly tucked in. Close your eyes for a second, just to really feel that recording. So fingers are just hanging to the ground. Shoulders are down. Maybe exaggerate the weight of the arms slightly to begin. Check that you're not locking your knees. Feel the breath coming in and out through the nostrils, soft. Soft and steady. Now be aware of your center. Feel your crown, the center of your crown. And feel that silver thread. Imagine the silver thread from the top of the center of your head, the crown, is lifting up into the universe. So you feel that lightness, that suspension. And from the soles of the feet, roots going down into the center of the earth. Really just give that a moment, just a moment. Visualize, feel, experience that sensation. And know that you can return to this centered, grounded place. The more you practice this, the more quickly you'll be able to have it. You access this space of being centered. So when everything's a little bit kind of chaotic, you come back to your center, close the eyes, feel that center, feel the feet on the ground or your seat on the chair, whatever it is, your connection with the earth, and then feel this silver thread. Good. Okay, let's find tree now. The mountain becomes the tree. Open your eyes, put the weight on the left foot, stabilize, try not to grip with that left foot, turn that right knee out and press the sole of the foot on the ankle or the calf, nowhere near the knee, and pressing or into the thigh. Press the thigh back if you're pressing that thigh, really press it firmly back. Inhale, lift the arms up, bring the hands together above the head, and then bring the hands into the heart center. So pressing the hands together evenly, not too hard, but there's an engagement there, and it's an evenness. It's almost like we're pressing to lift the energy up, lifting the heart to go with that sense. Fingers pointing to the heavens. Dropping the shoulders down, back of the neck long. Crown lifting. Imagine the crown, like the crown of a tree, you know, it's opening up above the top of your head. That knee is going out to the side. We're opening here, opening. Everything is opening. Try not to grip with the toes. If you're gripping, lift the toes off the ground and place them down. Breathe evenly in and out through the nostrils. Just feel that openness and expansiveness. All the time we're growing like the tree. Breathing. And then coming out of it, first of all, lifting the arms up, inhaling. Exhaling, lower the arms down. And then catch hold of that knee before it falls. Give it a squeeze and lowering it down slowly. Give the legs a little shake. Send the weight into the right now. Lift the toes and place them down. Turn that left knee out. Foot on the inside of the ankle or the calf or the thigh. Press and press back if you're on that thigh. Feel that elevation and lift from the chest. Feel that openness in the hips. Inhale, lift the arms up. Bring the hands to this center line we're creating. So you'll see we're pressing together the hands and we're pressing the foot and the leg. So you've got this center line. So we're not kind of leaning. Try and correct that. So once I start leaning, and the wobble starts coming in, then you have to go with the wobble. Well, it's quite good just to create a little wobble to see if you can handle it. Okay, breathe. Lifting the chest, dropping the shoulders, back of the neck long. Neck is lifting up out of the body. Head is lifting up. Crown is expansion, expanding out. Good. Focus your eyes, focus on your breath. Yeah, going with the wobbles. Coming out now, inhale and exhale. The arms come down. Catch hold of that left knee. Lift it high and let it float down. Slowly shaking everything up, And we're going to come into a forward bend. So you can either hold your back or you can go for a full extension. Check your feet to hips width apart and parallel. Exhaling, coming forward, strong belly, strong legs, strong buttocks, strong back, and touch the ground there. Inhale, coming up onto the fingertips, look forwards and upwards and forward bend. Okay. See if we can hold this for a couple of breaths. So the chest is coming down towards the space between the toes and the tail is lifting up to the ceiling. So take a bit of time to focus on those 2 points, moving away from each other in space, creating space between each other. Breathe deeply to help that along. Really let that exhale soften your body so you can almost fall into the posture. Good. Now we're just going to walk the hands forwards. And we're going to step back a little bit. So you should be able to feel when you're coming into a downward dog. Make sure you're not too close, or you're going to be kind of a bit cramped. So make sure you've got plenty of space there. So the feet are hips width apart, feet are parallel. Make sure they're not, right up against each other. And make sure the hands are a good distance apart. Maybe shoulder width apart. Soften the elbows, looking back towards the feet. How does the hamstrings feel? So we're just going to bring a bit more energy in there by bending one knee and straightening or pushing the heel down of the other. So bend the right knee, push the left heel down, bend the left knee, push the right heel down. Let's create a bit of, kind of find that sponginess, that softness in the body. Keeping the tummy tucked in so your waist is long. Good. Then bring the knees down and sit back into the heels. Bring the forehead to the ground. Relax the arms. Let them hang in front of you. Breathe in. And in through the nostrils. Out through the mouth. So extend the legs, extend the hands forward, spread the fingers wide. Starting on the forehead, we come up on the inhale to all fours, and then we take the hips forwards, lift the gaze, look up at the ceiling, exhaling. Inhale, so we're coming back and forth, and exhale, sit back into the heels. So we're lengthening here, really almost pressing the buttocks into the heels, and then inhale. And this is really lifting the heart to the ceiling and dropping the shoulders back away. So expanding across the front of the chest. Exhale. Just enjoying the movement, the flow. Inhaling, exhaling, opening up the front of the hips. Make sure the legs, my legs tend to splay out a little bit on this one. So just try and maybe adjust, bring the knees slightly to get further, not together, but slightly nearer to each other. Don't be too wide with the knees. Exhale, sink. So really think about filling the body with air and emptying. Filling and emptying, using the nostrils to breathe in and out of. But really conscious of how the breath and the body work together. Keep that awareness in the fingers and the hands, not letting those fingers and hands get lazy, not letting the knuckles lift up, really keeping them connected with the ground. So you feel that sense of connection with your hands and the ground. Inhale and exhale. Last one. So we just sit back into the heels. Sit back. Bring the forehead to the ground and sweep the arms back into the pose of the child. Just rest in this position for a few breaths. You might want to open the knees up so the body can relax a little bit easier. Breathe in through the nostrils. Out through the mouth. Just let it go. Soften the mouth and the jaw. Relax the shoulders forwards. And then we're just slowly lifting the body up into the kneeling position. If this feels too uncomfortable, you can always change your position, or you can soften it by putting cushion behind the knees or sitting on a block. I'm going to just come into a version of the camel. So we're going to come up onto the knees. Again, if the knees, if it feels a bit painful coming being on the knees, double the mat up or put some blankets underneath your knees. Tuck the toes under. I'm going to take the hands to the back. So I've got my hands there. Just give the back a little rub there, why not? Bring the elbows together. And we're already taking the hips slightly forwards, and we're just holding and opening the front of the body. So simple, not going too crazy. We're just getting the body ready. And imagine, feel that lift coming from the chest. We've already started to open this area just now. Feeling that you're supporting the back, but also lengthening. So more than the back bend, it's a front lengthening or opening. And then release. If you want to go a little bit further now, just release that and give the back another little rub. Then you can take the right hand back to the right heel and then take the left hand back to the left heel. If you can't reach your heels, put something on there, a block or blankets or cushions, so you have something to reach onto. You can just pop that just on the back there. Otherwise, holding those ankles and taking the hips forwards. You can look up slightly up at the ceiling. I wouldn't advise flinging the head back, but if that's your practice, that's your practice. Okay, and then release. So it really worked on that area. And we're just going to release by sitting back into the heels and taking the forehead down to the ground again. Taking the arms forwards, releasing the whole back. So we're going to come onto the back of the body now for our relaxation. So you can roll onto your side and roll onto your back. If you want to go with me, we can come up onto all fours, tuck the toes under, come into a downward dog, walk the feet towards the hands, bring the bottom down, extend the legs in front, bounce the knees up and down, and then slowly lower down, breathing in and out. It's just a nice transition if you wanted to do that transition. Otherwise, just get onto the back and let it go. We'll just free up the back a little bit. Not a lot of work in this area, so let's just hug the knees. There's always a lot of activity in the spine, in the pelvis, in all the joints. We're not just working with the body. We're actually mostly working with the mind, because it's the mind. It's our that we're dealing with, really. What we want, what we don't want. So it's being able to work with that and acknowledge that. Let's push the heels up to the ceiling, extend the hands, rotate the wrists and ankles, just enjoying taking the weight off the legs. You can always put the legs up against the wall. In fact, you can put your legs up against the wall now if you want to, and just relax. Hug the knees again. Put the feet on the ground, close to the buttocks. We're just going to move the spine a little bit, nice and easily there. Feet are hips width apart and parallel. So you feel your heels just behind your hips there, just behind the bottom. Hands flat down, either side, extending the shoulders down, chin tucked in tight into the chest. So you can almost lift. In fact, a nice way to come into this bridge is lifting and drawing at the pelvic floor and then feeling how that lifts the base off the ground. And then you roll the spine down. So I just, moving into this gently. We're not kind of going crazy. We're just moving the spine with the breath. Keep the chin tucked in all the time. You can even close your eyes if you want to. And if you want, you can move the arms. If that feels good to you, if that feels nice. Moving the arms through space as the back moves through space. You make your choice. Inhale, coming up, exhale. And staying within the range of movement that feels good to you right now. So I'm feeling, I want to minimize the movement. I just want to stay with my breath, lift, feel the evenness, the space between the knees, keeping that evenness. So I'm using my thighs there. So the whole body is being used and connected with cohesively. I'm really paying attention to the detail. I'm feeling the pressure while I'm pushing into the feet and also into the backs of the arms. That really helps when we press into the elbows and the backs of the arms. Let's do one more time up and down. Inhaling as you lift, exhaling as you roll down, and then hugging the knees. Again, one more time. Breathe. Keeping the knees up on the chest. We'll come into a little twist. So arms out to the sides. Arms flat down. Inhaling. As you exhale, slowly lower the knees down to your left. See how slowly you can do that, using the abdominal strength and obviously the back, and then looking down that right arm. Let the legs relax. Make sure that the feet are in contact, either with the ground or with each other, so not kind of floating. So you can release the weight. And if it helps, you can always put that left hand on the outside of the knee there, just release the weight rather than pushing it. Release the weight of that hand. And then close the eyes as well. Looking down the right arm and then close the eyes. So you're really getting that twist. Head is looking one way, knees going the other. So you've got that twist happening. And then it's all about the breath. Breath coming in and out through the nostrils, just enjoying that. And feeling the connection with the ground, feeling that beautiful spiral through the spine. And the crown, and that beautiful silver thread. Imagine that going down, spiraling down through the body, down out to the base of the root. Slow, long inhale, long, slow outhale, exhale. And let go of that knee if you're holding it. And just use the inhale to lift your knees and your head to center. And then lowering the knees down slowly on the exhale to the right. Once they're on the ground, let them go. It doesn't matter if they start straightening out. Just let them be grounded there. And look over, turn the head, look down the left arm. And if you want, you can close the eyes. Again, you can put that right hand on the outside of that knee if it helps to feel stable. Breathe. Just feel the weight of the body. Feel that spiraling. Feel the breath. It's all about just feeling. Feeling. And noticing. Noticing if you're going into thinking. Noticing if you're going into planning. Noticing if you're already into next week. Just notice that and pull back. Come back into this now, this present, this body, this ground, this breath. And let go. Now use the inhale to lift the knees to center, lift the head to center. Hug the knees there. Have a little rock and roll there, side to side. Okay, place the soles of the feet on the ground, let them slide away. Let the arms fall away from the body. Close the eyes. Just let go. Let go everything. As we relax. We'll do a little bit of abdominal breathing today to come into before we come into that relaxation. So it's the last little bit of effort, really, if you like. So breathing in through the nostrils and out through the nostrils. You can place your hands on your belly if it helps. And as you inhale, feel the belly expand. That might be the opposite way that you normally breathe, but this is how we want to do our abdominal breathing. This is a very relaxing breath. And as you exhale, feel the belly deflating. Maybe exhale a little bit longer than you might normally. So emptying out, emptying, feeling the belly button coming back towards the spine before you inhale slowly, gradually allowing the air to come in to inflate. And then exhaling slowly releasing, slowly, slow and steady, slow and steady. You have control of your breath. Breath slowly coming in and breath going out. Maybe you'll notice that the body is expanding a little bit more each time. And if you want to, if you feel you need an extra bit of focus, then count your breath. So you can count how many breaths you count in. Maybe it's count to 5, and as you breathe out, see if you can make that an even count. So you also breathe out for 5. This is a great way to anchor the attention. Sometimes the breath, we lose that focus, whereas counting really focuses the mind. If that helps you, count and breathe. If it doesn't, don't worry. Don't. Just do what works for you. I'm just noticing how the impact of this abdominal breathing practice. And then just let it all go. On the next out breath, just soften and let go of any practice at all, and just let your breath come in and out through the nostrils softly. Breath coming in and breath going out. Notice any tension in your body and let it go, gradually softening. Letting go of all those little subtle holdings in the body, where we're gripping, where we're clinging, just loosening and letting go, loosening and letting go. With the breath. Breath is coming in and out through the nostrils, softly. So we come to the end of our relaxation. So very gradually stretching, moving the body, deepening your breath, waking up and coming back to the day. Whatever way feels easy and natural, you don't need to fling yourself back up. Keep a bit of this ease and softness and take this into the day. Coming to seated, looking around, opening the eyes, giving the body a bit of attention. And then rubbing the hands together to finish. Bringing some heat and energy into the palms of the hands. Rubbing them quite vigorously to get that heat. And bring the hands onto the heart center, close the eyes. Bring that heat and energy into the heart space. Feel that, receive that into this space. And bring to mind your intention, your sankalpa. Maybe you have a resolution you want to remind yourself of. So say that to yourself. Take it deep into your heart. Give it warmth and energy and your precious attention. Thank you so much. Namaste. Thank you for joining me today. Thank you for your practice.